We're just gonna cut that part out.
Oh, it's already recording?
I don't know, but we're just
I
gonna
thought
say.
we was gonna start it. Okay,
I'm gonna
all
cut
right.
out
We
this.
rolling,
Yeah,
let's do it then. Let's do it.
Congratulations on your incredible run with leading the Wolfpack to win the ACC tournament, making it all the way to the Final Four. It's been a long and historic road. How are you feeling post-tournament?
Oh man, I feel awesome, you know. I can't say that I was expecting to do what we did, so it definitely is a crazy feeling just, being able to be a part of the history that we just made.
You went on a 9-game win streak starting March 12th, and it ended in Arizona April 6th against Purdue, along the way becoming America's team. Talk about why that run was so important, not just for you, but for the Wolfpack Nation.
I think that run was most important for us, especially for my coach. He received a lot of hate that he didn't deserve throughout this process, and we were able to shut people up, and that was something that was real important to me going into our season. Was getting the fire off of our coach.
Your past two seasons at NC State, kind of what have you learned most importantly under Coach Heaps?
Man, I just learned to be a responsible young man the most. He taught us a lot off the court that we can't really find much else. Especially with me relating to him as him being a black coach. Definitely made a little more impact than other coaches have been able to make from the head coaching standpoint, because I just relate to him a little more. And I would just say he just told us to be young men. Whenever we would mess up, he never really yelled at us. You get your punishment and you move on like a grown man would. So I think that the growth aspect as far as maturity would be the biggest thing for sure.
So kind of describe the atmosphere at the ACC tournament, going back to that championship game against the Tar Heels.
Yeah. I mean, specifically that game, it was one of those days. Like everybody woke up just hurting.
Really?
And we were like, we don't know how we finna get this done, but we finna go at these boys and just leave everything that we got left, so.
And y'all did.
Yeah, it was
crazy.
like every game it was lose or go home. So it was like, I don't even really care how my legs feel right now, and we'll worry about that in 40 minutes.
Talk about y'all's confidence, through that entire run. Like what fueled every single game?
I would probably say what fueled us would most likely be the fact that we were gonna go home if we lost. Like we had to keep on fighting, because everybody on this team, it opens up doors when you win games. So everybody on this team literally needed that win. Certain players want to transfer to different schools and play more, and myself and some other teammates that have aspirations of playing professionally. So that game really brought the spotlight to state that we needed in order to get things done, for our individual goals and as a team.
Would you call that game the most memorable out of the 9 that you guys won in a row, or what other ones did you choose?
Honestly,
you broke some records.
Honestly, I would say the Virginia game in the tournament, and then for me the Marquette game, because that was a game where my teammates just really stepped up and saved me for real. I had 4 points and 4 rebounds, and they came through hot, and it just made everything so much easier for me. And I kind of like when you playing with teammates that like to match your energy and level. So I would say that game sticks out the most, and then Virginia, because of course Mike big shot to keep us going. Like after that, we knew we were about to take over the whole tournament. So I would say those 2 games for sure.
You being kind of like a two-way player, how does it feel to be able to lean on your teammates sometimes and not have to be the star of the offense, or not have to get back down the court in defense? Right. How does it feel to be able to rely on them?
I mean, I think that made the whole experience of being at State awesome, is playing with teammates who are good. I played at a lot of the SEC, Big South, and ACC, and I would say as far as the team who is just connected and ready to go, I would say that this is one of the best teams I've played for in that aspect. A lot of, we joke around, we have a good time, but when they hit them lines, it's almost dead silent unless they talking defense out. It's just, they lock in quick. So I would say that, yeah, for sure. This is probably one of my favorite teams as far as that aspect.
Every time you're on the court, you smiling from ear to ear. What has it meant for you to be able to be on this journey, playing the game that you love, and seeing so much opportunity along the way?
That's just how my parents raised me, honestly. They put me in a real happy environment early, and they gave me, you know, a great depiction of what everything that I should want out of life should look like, as far as an aspect of, you know, how you carry yourself, the joy that you should bring to others, and then it'll be reciprocated back to you. So
Yeah.
I just try to always keep good energy, and it seems to come back.
Along with your family, who have been some of the other people in your life who have been mentors to you, been helping you along this process as you meet new people, you're kind of stepping into like, new boundaries and stuff like that?
Right. I would say, first of all, Randy Graham. He's my team chaplain from Winthrop.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite people on earth. I do a bad job of responding. I know he's gonna see this because he watches about everything that I do nowadays. So I know you're gonna see this. I'm sorry for my slow response times. I'm gonna do better. But man, I'd say RG, Coach Frank Hamrick. That was my high school basketball coach. That man just like literally kept my confidence alive when I wanted to quit basketball, because there was a point in time where I was just gonna not do it. I just quit sports and, you know, live life the way, you know, I thought I wanted to at the time. So I would say those two, probably the first two that come to mind. And then just all my coaches and family members growing up, they just always instilled in me to keep going, keep my head up, and, you know, don't let all the crazy stuff get to you, because it's gonna get crazy sometimes.
Exactly. Okay, so you use the hashtag smooth operator on all your posts. What does that mean?
All right, so it started out when I was playing basketball. I played with this team called QCA, and one of my teammates named David, his dad used to always walk around like after every game. He'd be like, he would just call me that, and it kind of just stuck to me. That was like one of the first nicknames that I had.
Really?
That someone else gave me, and I was like, yo, that's hard.
So it's
I
your
was like, I'm gonna
nickname.
keep that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's what they used to call me when I played in Charlotte and everything like that.
So you mentioned Winthrop. Talk to me about your experience there. I mean, you played there for quite a while. You had a successful career there. Big South Conference Freshman of the Year in 2020, Player of the Year in 2022. How was your experience there?
Man, I say Winthrop's still one of my favorite schools that I've ever, you know, visited, been to. I like the culture around there. You know, it's one of those schools. It is a PWI, but they have a lot of black people there. A lot of diversity outside of just black people, and you know, you see a little bit of everything. It's in a smaller town, so the difference between, you know, State and Tennessee and going to Winthrop was 13 people in the class opposed to 400. You know, so it's like everything's a little more hands-on experience. You know most of everybody that you interact with every day, and it's more of a family-oriented setting. It feels like, you know, you have a better opportunity of getting to know people.
Yeah, so making the decision to leave Winthrop and then come to State, what drew you to this program?
Honestly, as far as transferring, my coach from Winthrop, one of them, he was like, if you don't make it, you know, to the league or where you want to be by the time, you know, 3 years past being at Winthrop, he was like, if you don't transfer, I'm gonna force you to transfer. So
Really?
yeah, like, so I
You
mean,
didn't really hear about that. Okay.
yeah, he was like, I want you to play like up. Like, he was like, I want you to get back to where you were as far as level of basketball. You know, what the people who have to select you for a job are gonna think, you know, the level that they want you to play at. When I was actually about to be a Florida Gator, like,
Really?
yeah, I was.
That would have been a huge change.
I won't say I was verbally committed, but like I knew 100%, like before I even, you know, my first day in the portal,
Yeah.
the two schools that called me was NC State and Florida. And I can't lie, I was leaning towards Florida. But then, you know, you got to trust in the situation to lead you the right way. And they kept on, you know, making excuses for why I couldn't do a visit. I did one visit. They canceled my visit on, I think, like a Thursday. And I decided, I was like, I'm going to just call coach and see if I can come up here, do my visit since I have a free weekend.
Wow.
And I ain't even take another visit. I committed like Sunday.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So.
Wait, they didn't want you to go visit?
They did, but I didn't want to no more. You know, I feel like God lines things up for a reason. So I'm like, I just wanted, you know, to see what the other opportunities were, so I don't put myself in the basket. And I ended up finding the one that ended up, you know, what I felt was best. And
you never looked back and look where it got you.
Yeah, it changed the whole trajectory of life.
So in our last conversation, you told me that your favorite player was Daryl Bailey.
From State? Yeah, my favorite State player.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
why is that? What do you like about his game?
All right, so look, I'm going to tell you how I met Daryl Bailey.
Okay.
I met him, well, I didn't meet him. I was playing with him on 2K.
Okay.
So I always use like the throwback teams, and Daryl Bailey, he used to give me like a 40 ball with like 12 rebounds, and I'm like, who is this man? So I went and looked it up, and then I was like, oh yeah, he the truth. And after that, it was like, yeah, this is easily my favorite state player. You know, it was David Thompson before, because my high school coach had introduced me to him. But when I seen Thurl Bailey playing, I was like, yeah, I like this guy.
So have you met him in person now? Like,
I met him last year. It was the coolest thing ever. He came to, I think it was the game we wore the heritage jerseys that they used to wear, and man, that was the coolest thing ever. When he came, I saw the whole team, like his whole team there, but I didn't know if he was gonna make it. So when I saw him, I ain't gonna lie, I walked straight up to him, and you know, I guess that was my fangirl moment since you know. That was my little fangirl.
You tell him about 2K and everything?
Oh, for sure. We talked for a couple minutes. It was a cool conversation.
That's cool. Okay, so y'all always say, like, in the tournament, like, why not us?
Yeah.
What does that mean? I mean, like, y'all were kind of viewed as like the underdogs of the tournament, everything.
Yeah.
Y'all just kept winning, kept breaking
Man.
barriers.
All right, so I feel like why not us is like something that a lot of schools who are underdogs use. But I don't really feel like, well, at least from my personal opinion, that we were making it about, you know, why not us as far as being an underdog. We were like, you know, we play at this level too. You know what I'm saying? We're still in the ACC. We might not have won as many games as the UNCs and the Dukes and all of that, but you feel me? We can compete at this level, and we're gonna come for you. So it's like
you beat both of those
more
teams.
of like a why not us, because it's like, why y'all playing with us more so than like we think we gonna lose at any second. So why not say that we could win?
And you showed them that. I mean, you had a near career high against that Duke game. Like, that was crazy.
Yeah, no, I was 2 points off from it. I just needed Coach to leave me in one more second. That's crazy, Coach. But we'll talk later.
Can you share a memorable moment from your time with the Pack outside of the NCAA?
Oh man, my first year here, the Miami game. That's my favorite game that I've ever played in my entire life. That was the most interesting game because we already lost to them, and that was when I had first started to be able to like play real minutes.
Yeah.
So you know, we coming into that game, and I'm talking about fans going ridiculous. That was the first sold-out game I'd ever been a part of in my life. And man, the energy was just crazy. Like from the time we walked out there, like your heart started beating fast because I'm like, dang, it's loud, and the game starting in 30 minutes. Like, why is the gym so loud? You know, it was just crazy. They came in there rowdy, and that was when we had started the little DJ glasses thing.
Yeah.
So they had passed out the glasses. I seen everybody, and I was like, yeah, we gotta win this. So everybody supporting, everybody turned. We can't lose it. We put it out. I think it was either overtime or we won barely by like 3-4 points. But yeah, it was an overtime game, and that was one of the craziest games I've ever been a part of. My boy Ernest had turned up. I was proud to see him get, you know, he had his moment that night too, and it was crazy. It was a crazy night.
So I feel like your tenure at NC State and kind of all that you've experienced, you kind of really showed the Wolfpack Nation and the rest of the country what you're made of.
Yeah.
Did you always know that you were that guy, or that you could be that guy? Or like, were you supposed to be here?
Yeah, for sure. I don't even think I was supposed to leave Tennessee.
Really?
I probably, you know, looking back, I probably should have did my senior year in high school. But yeah, like I always knew, like this was the plan. I just didn't think it would take this long, to be honest. Honestly, I didn't think, you know, back then that I would gain weight. So like, you know, there was a point when I was like, you know, I don't know if we still gonna do what we wanted to do, but like I knew I could the whole time. Yeah, for sure.
So what have you learned about yourself these past 2 seasons at State?
Oh man, I learned that I've gained a great understanding of like my mood and like my emotions.
Walk me through that.
Yeah, like I used to be on the court and like missing a shot would frustrate me to the point where like I would need to come out the game sometimes, like because I would get so mad at myself. But now I'm like beginning to understand that like this is a game still, you know. Even though the pressure's on, there's ways you can take it off of yourself, and that's just kind of what I'm trying to do right now is continue to learn myself as far as the basketball aspect, but also as a person. So
you're more patient with yourself now.
Yeah, and other people, because you know, like a teammate getting a turnover. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they went.
Yeah.
I was not a good teammate until you know I got to my college years and had to be redirected.
Did you learn that at Winthrop, Tennessee, or kind of more so at State?
I would say they tried to instill that at Tennessee, but I don't believe that either one of us went about it the right way. So I would say that it really picked up at Winthrop for sure.
So even though your journey didn't go the way that you expected it to, are you appreciative of the way that it did go?
Oh man, yeah. you know, it's people who've had way better college careers than me that can never say they went to a Final Four, never say they have an ACC championship. You know, so I don't I don't go about it as like I would change things. I think that maybe I would have been a little smarter in, you know, decisions as far as trying to lead things on my own. You know, I wanted when I was younger, I just wanted my parents to just let me do my own thing so bad. And then when they finally gave it to me, I'm like, wait, no, come back. This ain't what I thought it was. Like I thought it was easy because you were handling everything. So, you know, it's just that aspect is pretty much what makes it for me.
Yeah. So in the era of NIL, you found an additional way to make cash through your vending
Oh,
machines. Yeah, talk me through that
yeah.
investment. That's not normal.
I'm not gonna lie. The vending machine thing that kind
Yeah.
of started like when I was at Winthrop. You know, we didn't have no
Really?
NIL.
Uh-huh.
I straight up broke. I ain't gonna cap. You feel me? Like I was driving a little PT Cruiser, looking for the HHR and all that. Like you feel me? I'm trying to get right. So I was like talking to my guy. I was chopping down trees in Charlotte with my neighbor, and I stopped by his house one night. We were just talking. He was like, "Bro, if you save up enough money to get a vending machine, like you'll be able to put cash in your pocket." So I got the first one, and then the first one paid for the second one. And I did that for a while, and then when I came here, I gave it away to my friends. And then somebody found my tweet from like 2 years ago and made it a big deal, and then the world, they just ran with that.
So you don't have them anymore?
No, I
Oh, you
sold
still
them.
have? Oh,
Well,
okay.
I have two,
Okay.
but like he runs them so much so that like I can't even take credit for it.
Okay.
He's basically running it for me, and then
That's cool.
you know, it's to the point now where like I don't even ask for the cash, and it's yours, you know.
And now you don't even need them anymore because you gained 200,000 followers on Instagram. You, along the way, dozens of deals with companies. Like, how does it feel to be getting all that attention now?
I'm gonna be honest. Instagram followers and all that is cool, but like I like that it makes me money. If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I ain't never really been someone who like let me get a whole bunch of followers. Like I can prove, like you know, people try to sell me blue checks and all that stuff going on. I'm just like, I know I'm gonna
That's
get it on my own
crazy.
at some point. Like I'm fine. Like you know, I'm cool that everybody don't know who I am right now because we'll get there eventually. You feel me? And it's like I don't even really want everybody to know who I am. You can't really live like the same. You can't even walk into Walmart without somebody, you know, being fit. So, but at the same time, I do love it. I do like that people are acknowledging the work that we put in. I do like to interact with people. I'm a very social person, so you know, it goes both ways for me.
So you say you like making money. What do you spend it on?
Stuff like this,
Yeah.
clothes.
Dripped out, I see.
Yeah, I like to travel a lot.
Okay.
I make very poor traveling decisions. Like,
Where have you gone?
since our season's been over, I've been Myrtle Beach, back to Arizona. I went to the beach just to chill though. I mean, if I had more time before I had to come back here and do stuff, I would have probably went to Miami. Going to New York tomorrow, Chicago in 2 weeks. I have a trip planned out the country.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we just
That's
having fun
nice.
right now.
Yeah, you just living life.
Yeah, so I mean, I love to travel though. I went to South Carolina yesterday for a little day trip, you know, just
Back home.
right. That was more so for, you know, the lady I'm involved with. So, you know, we just having some fun right now.
Okay.
Who's a player that you would most follow your game after? Player who's currently in the league.
I would say, currently? Nicole is easy.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
said he likes your game. How does that
For
feel?
sure. I actually before he even said that, I've been trying to steal one of his moves. I'm like, I have to bring that out. So it's like this, he does this like a little step through with a half spin. And then for some reason, I see him every time. When he did a little drop back, the defender gets shaken every time. And I just need to figure out how to do that because it's really a hack to be able to manipulate someone's body the way that he does with that move. So I'm trying to get that down. I haven't got to use it in live action yet.
Have you talked to him at all or no?
Nah, I mean, sure, just him acknowledging, you know, the work that we put in is enough for me, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I ain't gonna say we was fanboying, but like, you know, that was like one of those moments like, okay, this is getting real.
So kind of transitioning to NBA training, getting to the league has always been one of your most coveted goals. Now that you're almost there, how does it feel?
Oh man, it's a crazy feeling. It's like I would say a lot of happy emotions and a lot of like, yo, what the heck is going to happen next? Like the part I don't like about it is the uncertainty. I don't know whether I'm about to be playing, NBA, G League, or whether we're going overseas. Like, all I know is to keep my head down and keep working. But I can't say it is a little frustrating, not for the first time in a while, not having a definite this is what's about to happen.
Yeah. So, what has it meant for you to have the support of the Wolfpack Nation these past 2 years?
Hey man, shout out Wolfpack Nation. Them folks, man, they some crazy rowdy people, you know. Yeah, I didn't know that it was like that here, honestly. If I'm being honest, I thought it was like a whole bunch of rich people who sit there, maybe snap instead of clap. I thought I was getting that kind of vibe when I first got here. And then I went to my first football game and I was like, oh yeah, these people crazy. This is, sports is kind of what they live for out here. So, man, you really got to be doing something for them to, acknowledge you and be on your side for real. Honestly, I felt like they were on our side by the end of this. And, when we were losing, they were hating on us bad. So it's like, we do appreciate each other, but we know we got to, if you want that support and love, you better be proving something to them.
Yeah, and you did. I mean, you guys went from 9-11 in the ACC to winning straight and making it to the Final Four. Beat Duke, beat UNC. It's like, you guys did that.
Turn up. I just needed 2 more wins.
Yeah.
Just 2 more, that's all we need.
I mean, but y'all made history. The team hasn't made it this far since 1985.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Like,
I still don't know how. Like,
yeah.
I've seen so many great players come through state, like Dennis Smith, CJ Leslie, TJ Warren. I'm just like, yo, how? Cat Barber, I'm just like, dang, how are these guys not racking up championships like these blue blood teams? I wouldn't even say blue. What is that what they're called? Blue blood? Because they got the blue color in it. Yeah, all that. I'm like, how are they not winning like them? They bring so much talent through. But I mean, that's what we try to bring back now.
I think that's why the fans love you even more, because people who have been cheering for Wolfpack since that time, they're still going for you guys. And you guys have achieved something that they haven't seen in 4 years.
Wake up for it, you know what I'm saying? Give them a reason to turn that TV on at 7 p.m.
Exactly.
That's the goal.
So, to anyone doubting themselves or feeling overlooked by others, what would be your advice to them?
Don't give up, all right? Because, I'm going to be honest with you. I was going to quit basketball.
Yeah.
I didn't really think that. At a certain point, I stopped believing that I was going to be able to play professionally, or at least at the level that I have the chance to now. So there was a point when I was like, I'm going to get this college degree and go ahead and get up out of here. God always going to lead you like right when you least expect it. And sometimes he's going to make the road seem like it's about to close down completely right before, it's a whole highway that you thought you were driving down the one lane and he opened up a whole highway. So I would say, stick it out as long as you can. I would say, make sure that you go about things as if you're still going to be able to make it until that door is completely closed, because you never know what can happen. Most of the people, or 100% of the people who give up early never see how good they can be.
All right, well, that's it.
Yeah, man. That was